just thought about what I was going to do, after leaving school really, because I'd been to a few trials and sort of lost a little bit of heart really. But then I went up to Scunthorpe and the youth team manager, Richard Money at the time, he saw something in me and offered me a chance, and changed my life. I remember my first senior game I was actually a first year apprentice still at the time. I think I was in a club shop doing a job, because you had to do everything back then, and it was just in the afternoon of a game. And then I think the assistant manager came in and found me and asked me how I was feeling. I said, yeah, as you do, yeah, I'm alright. And he said, right, go and change room, go and get changed. You're on the bench tonight. It didn't give me a chance to do anything, and then I came on at half time for Richard Money, who was my youth team manager at the time. It was really weird, and played up against big Wayne Allenson, the chief. And I was about 7 stone, and he was about 17, and it was like, bloody hell, cheers. I'm happiest when I'm on the football pitch. That's it. It's where I feel at home. And so as many times you can get out there, and whatever you can do to be out there, then you're going to do it. And I've been unbelievably fortunate to do that. There's loads of players that would love to play for as long as they possibly can into their 50s and 60s. Because we love the game, but there is a time when it comes and hits you, and no one will pick you anymore. So I've had a great time. I know when I'm finished playing professionally, I'd love to carry on playing in some capacity. Coyle would come out and he trained every day with us, virtually, and banging in the goals and nutmegging people, and he is like a 10-year-old, when he's on the pitch, and it's great though, he was great for me at the stage of my career, because he didn't look at my age one bit. He just loved being out there, and I knew he'd been in the same situation as me, when you hate people talking about your age and questioning you if you have one bad game. He knew that a 20-year-old can have a bad game, a 30-year-old can have a bad game. It's not the end of the road just by having one bad game. But I'm in a similar vein to him, I think. I think you have to have a inner strength, and to put disappointment to the side, and to when people are questioning you and thinking you're gone, which I've had probably for 10 years now. Once you hit 30, everyone thinks you're finished. It's amazing that people do that, because there's so much still to give to football as a player, and you evolve as a player, and there's different attributes that you can give to teams from that age. But I don't. It's hard. I work hard at. My professionalism has changed since my 20s, but the will to win and to push myself has always been there since I was 16. I think it probably made me stand out a little bit when I first took on at 16. I always wanted it. However much someone wanted it, I wanted it a little bit more. I wanted to make sure people knew that I've pushed myself to whatever it took to get what I wanted, successful. I don't know. Tony Ford did it before me. He got to 1,000, played till he's 42. Obviously, Owen Coyle played till he was like 40. Teddy Sheringham, Gordon Strachan. There's other examples of players that have done it. And I bet if you spoke to them, you'd find them a stubborn lot. That listen to themselves. You obviously got to take advice from people. You'd be stupid not to. But at the end of the day, it's down to you. If one person thinks you're finished, then you try and find someone who doesn't. And you have to have a strong mentality to do that. You have to have support behind you. You know, I've been lucky enough. My wife's always believed in me. She's been with me since 16, since I first started playing football. And now I want to make my kids proud of me as well, playing football. And you know, and it's just little things like that. It's anything you can add to yourself to keep yourself pushing, keep yourself going, and keep the fire burning. You have to have that fire in your belly to keep going, and you've got to find everything you can to make it happen. I've had a great time, so I can't, you know, there's going to be improvements in the game that kids will have that we didn't have, but there's going to be other things that are negatives and that, you know, that we had back then. A little bit of freedom, I think more. I wouldn't say it was non-professional, but it was more of the train hard and then go out and have a laugh. Yeah. You know, it was that, you know, but you had to train hard to keep fit because, you know, you abuse yourself really. You know, but it was a great life because everyone was doing it. That was the thing. It was the accepted way. We didn't know any other way, and I've seen both sides. You know, I've been fortunate that I've had 10 years that way and 10 years of the professionalism side, and there's pros and cons of both sides. I can't really compare. You know, there's players that played in 50s and 60s that, you know, that obviously haven't got the financial rewards that players have now, but they probably wouldn't change their time either. You know, because they had a great time, and if you've been fortunate enough to have 20 years in professional football at whatever era it was, then you've been a very lucky man. So I can say I've been so happy with the way my life has panned out. No, I'm surprised I got 40 at all, to be honest. No, you know,
That's Craig Brown.
Yeah, no, but you know, I was in the bottom two divisions until I was 27. You know, so you're never going to get like international recognition there. So, and then by the time I was at the level to play at, I was in my 30s. So you know, both things sort of went against me a little bit, but you know, I managed to make my debut at the age of 30 for Scotland, and unbelievably fortunate again to get to 40 caps. You know, 40 more than I ever thought I'd win. So it was a great time, and as I said earlier, it's, you know, when things come to you later in your career, you know how much it is because you've had, you know, 10 years of just you know, normal football. But like I said, if I'd have carried on playing for Scunthorpe for 20 years in Division 4, I would have been happy with that because I've been a professional footballer. So everything else that's happened to me has been an unbelievable bonus for me. I still feel fit. I know that the fire's still going to play football. Still get a buzz from going out every day training. So I don't really see the reason why not to carry on. That's the thing. You know, if it was a big enough reason for me to not carry on playing, then I might have a decision to make. But I haven't got that reason at the moment. So I'm just I'm going to get to the summer and then see what my options are. You know, I just want to concentrate on the last 4 games for us. Hopefully 7 games. Hopefully play a part in the team and get a promotion, and then, you know, I'll have to do some thinking, do some talking with people who I know and trust, and I have to speak to the manager here to see what my future is or could be at Burnley. The thing was, you know, I was obviously playing at Preston, and I was captain, and I'd had such a fantastic time there, but I could see it ending for me, you know, in the near future, because the manager didn't really at the time have that much faith in my fitness and that, and I got a phone call from Burnley, from Steve Davis, you know, who's a close friend of mine and that, and he asked me if I'd be interested you know, if they showed that faith in me, you know, Burnley, and Steve Cottrell did, you know, and it pulled me across. You know, I thought, no, he believes in me. He believes that I've still got a lot to offer, and I can carry on for another couple of years. And yeah, you know, it took me on to, you know, again, you know, at the age of 36. So owe Steve Cottrell a lot, yeah, because he brought me in, and it would have been a tough decision for him, I suppose. I suppose he had to convince a lot of people that a player of 36 who had played for your local rivals for 8.5 years, and you were going to bring him in, and I guess he got a few questions aimed at him at that time, but he believed in me and he believed in his decision, and hopefully I've repaid that faith in him that he showed me to Burnley, because I've had a fantastic time there. But I can go back 23 years at people that have helped me throughout, starting from my Sunday team manager, and pushing me to play represent Coventry at school level and stuff like that. I've had people help me throughout my whole career. You have to have that bit of yourself, because obviously you're the one constant throughout your career, but you definitely need the help of people around you, and I've had that wherever I've been, and I'm really thankful for the help I've had for 23 years. I didn't eat for 2 days because I was leaving Preston, and I was coming to. I didn't eat. I couldn't eat because I was upset. I was nervous, but I knew it was probably the right thing to do for my career. But it was a massive decision for me to, because I thought I was finishing, for the last couple of years of my time at Preston, I thought I was going to finish my career there, and it was a massive decision, and a lot of people told me not to do it. People close to me, said no, stay at Preston. You'll get through it and that. But I just, went in a darkened room on my own, and I thought, no, I need to go to Burnley. This is the best thing for my career, and I didn't eat for a couple of days, and I think that went against me, because I cramped up, and there's people laughing at me like on the floor, like it was. But it was weird because Teddy Sheringham played in that game, and I'd played against him a week before. My last game for Preston was against Colchester, and then the first one for Burnley. And he said it was because I had too many beers the week before, because it was my 400th game for Preston, and they did a presentation that day, and obviously he was there, watching it because he was playing. And then he come up to me when I was on the floor. He's going, you had too many beers next week. I can't, because I've had a great time all four. I really have. I really have. I can't. Like I said, if I'd have stayed at Scunthorpe for 20 years, playing football in the 4th division, you do that as football. You come up with some great teammates, and you love being around and that, and you're still playing the game that you love. I've had a great time at them all. I've still got friends from each of the clubs that I played for, and there's different levels of success that I've had at the clubs. I didn't really have any team success at Scunthorpe. We were in the 4th and then the 3rd division. Luton, it was a team that was struggling really badly for 3 or 4 years, and then but when I went to Preston and then come to Burnley, it's been a successful time at both clubs. But I had a great time at all the clubs. I really have.